Hello chicos, hello chicas. Today we are going to engage with a topic that is very close to my heart. We are going to talk about good looking moves and ugly moves. I have noticed in my coaching practice that very often when I work with a student, I would make a comment, which by the way, you do hear higher rated players, grandmasters, super GMs use frequently too, which is that they see a move and they label it as ugly. And this is a really interesting topic because most lower rated players, club level players, can't really handle this label, this evaluation. And it's quite interesting because I really like to rely on frequently using this term when we label a move with the adjective called ugly. And the reason for that is because what it really highlights is that it doesn't only tell you that this move is not particularly good, in fact quite likely really bad, but also it has an appeal to it that just should make us chess players immediately feel uncomfortable about considering it, playing it, and so on. And very importantly, because I would like to give a positive outcome to as many videos as I can, in contrast to that, we often refer to positions that are attractive, but here, instead of calling moves attractive, we often call them natural. That is what naturally comes and flows from the position. So, good-looking moves, good-looking positions, and uglies. These are the two that we contrast. And I think that coaches often, we don't spend enough time instilling this skill in our students, and I'm guilty of this too, of regularly pointing out them the good-looking moves, the ugly moves, the contrast between the two, so that they would be better helped in certain decisions and in many scenarios. So I'm going to show you a couple of interesting things and positions that I assembled for this video to demonstrate some of the points. And the first couple of them, as you can see, will come from really high-profile games, at least by one players. I'm not going to really make any comments about the openings, especially because most of it is theory. What I want you to observe is how beautifully in this particular game white follows basic opening principles, development and control of the center. And when I get to these two words, I'm pretty sure that many of you go like, not again this stuff. And the answer is yes, again this stuff, because this is the stuff that works. And this is the stuff that took Volokitin, among other things, of course, to 2654. And also most people consider these things like, yeah, babies learn it, like, in our baby stages of our chess improvement. And then later on we will switch it out to opening theory. It doesn't work like that. Opening theory is based on these values, and let me show you how Volokitin demonstrates this to you. So we zip through here about 12 moves. Actually, let me add a few more. 14. What do you observe on the board? What you observe is completed full development, beautiful central control, harmoniously placed pieces. What that means is that the pieces give you an impression that they are capable of accomplishing a lot together. They can rely on one another, they can trust each other, and there is a lot of motifs on the board where the cooperation amongst the pieces allow us to do really cool things. 14 moves, done, dusted. That's a 2650 for you. And that's awesome to observe. Now, Black didn't play a particularly bad game here at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure that this is some kind of theory still, and we are more or less following here a trodden path. But still, it's worthy of pointing out that the Black King is still in the middle, the Bishop still hasn't moved. But the white side of the business, you look at it and you go like, this is what chess looks good. This is what chess looks like when it looks good. This is what I would like to call as a healthy, good-looking, awesome chess position, where if I walked past this board in the tournament hall, I would definitely wish to sit down in the white player's chair and just continue from here, because I like it. Like, this is what chess is meant to look like. And this is what 400, 600, 800, 1200, 1400, 1600 rated players regularly need to see, and they don't. London. And that is a big problem. We need to show our students that this is what good chess looks like. Let me show you another example. I actually got the position. I mean, look at this beauty, right? And this is not a snapshot of a demonstration board from the local primary school, where the local volunteer who used to play chess in a chess club in the 70s walked down and demonstrated what piece development looks like. No, this is Jan Timman, former world number 2. Hello. So how did we get here? C3 Sicilian. And development, friends. Develop, 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 develop. And ta-da, move 12. This is what good chess looks like. And so I really like to use these opportunities to demonstrate, you know, what we ultimately thrive for, irrespective of what openings we play. Oh, just come to my mind. The other day I had a lesson where unfortunately a student of mine played a not really great game, which was a direct result of ultimately what I would call a super ugly move. And it was a very instructive mistake. So in this position, my student is white, and the opponent has just played a6. Now, for starters, there is absolutely zero excuse here for not playing e5 and go for the throat. And that is borderline winning, by the way. But student got very attracted to the weak b6 square and played knight a4. And that just looks absolutely horrid. It's a very tempting move to play, so I am leaning a little bit towards, you know, being a bit more lenient. But at the same time, when you play an ugly like that, you should really expect that it's not going to work out. The refutation, or the way how black can survive the knight b6 threat, is a little surprising. It is queen a5 check. And it turns out that even after bishop d2, queen c7, we can't... Well, actually, we might be able to go in here because bishop c5, knight a8. The game so say c3, and the point was that black was no longer in trouble because knight b6 never worked on account of bishop c5. That's what I wanted to show you. Maybe bishop d2 is still playable. Yeah, I don't want to get hung up on this. I will check it later. But the point is that we played this, which was quite ugly. We played that. That was very unfortunate. And then we made it even worse by putting another bishop on e5 later on, which was just overall not that great. But let's move on. I want to show you another one. And this is my absolute favorite because here both sides are playing perfect chess. Like, this is what chess openings should look like. Look at both sides' development. That is insane. And that's Anish Giri, by the way, when he's nearly 2800 FIDE. The opening is the semi-Slav. And look at this. Every single piece in this game moves once. By move 9, both sides, 10, have completed development of the minor pieces. And by move 12, we are all done, ready to fight. And that's exactly what Anish does here by playing e5, beginning the actual fighting part of the game. So, if you are a low-rated player, a very good method it is to check in with yourself about how sound and good your chess is to try to ask yourself, how often do I find myself like this, that I have developed all my pieces and I'm ready to fight? And because of I would like to put, as I said, again, a positive spin on this business today, I'm going to show you a game that was recently sent to me by a big friend of all my chess activities, YouTube and stream alike, and that is all our favorite friend for sure, and that is none other than Fat Belly Matt Kelly, aka Hot Shots Jelly. He has already been featured multiple times on my channel, and this is again a testament to his chess taste, I suppose, his approach to the game, and I really like the way how he plays. Even though he's, you know, I don't want to say only, but he's a 2100 player. Yeah, he definitely has this really cool skill of understanding the dynamics of the position. And at the same time, he often manages to combine it with good looking, healthy moves. Check this out. So he throws in a pawn here, which is, you know, not necessarily the most sound of moves, but boy, do I like a dude, or a lady for that matter, who is willing to chuck in some material and go like, come at me. I do love to see that. Rook b1, queen d6, knight f3. Ooh, but what if we won't have enough compensation? Well, and what if we will? Yeah, because look at this development, friends. Fat Belly Matt Kelly, aka Hotshots Jelly, understands principles beautifully. Look at this textbook development. Rook is pressuring the b file. Time to conquer the center. Time to develop the bishop. And time to castle. e6, knight e4. Put your pieces in the center. Queen d8, rook e1. I forgot a4. This, folks, is what a good, healthy position looks like. Would you question if we will have enough counterplay now? Good, healthy development. Actually, I shouldn't highlight it with red. Versus ugly. This is what chess players should never experience. That after 12 moves, we have one bishop. And I'm not going to call it developed. I'm just going to call it moved. So once again, if you are a coach, I think this is what you should show on a regular basis to students very early on. Good, bad, good looking, ugly. And of course, here you can explain, you know, additional values or add additional values and categories to why it's ugly and why it's bad and why it's good looking, because it's developed, it's central control, it's the lot, and this is undeveloped, insecure, unsafe, not controlling center. And look at this awesome finish that we're going to have, although not quite perfect. Knight g5, a beautiful move, recognizing that here there was actually no need to deploy the bishop. This is another skill that lower rated players often struggle with. And I've somewhat contradicted here my own theory, of course, because, you know, many of these bishop moves would look okay. However, we are so far ahead already in so many departments that you need to switch a gear here and go for the throat. And knight takes f7 and or knight takes e6, both are deadly threats here. Now after h6, unfortunately, our friend Hotshots Jelly got too excited about life and took on e6. f7 would have been much better. Frankly, I'm very surprised he didn't do that, because after king takes knight e5, now we are bordering checkmate here. Like king f8, queen h5, and queen e8 only, and then I'm starting to mow down the entirety of the board. It is going to be a very ugly scene. In fact, now it's a forced mate. Hello. Did I miss that already earlier? Yeah, I did actually. I did miss here the mate. Tuk. So they already have to sack a queen here, excuse me, to survive. So yeah, knight e6 was played instead. That was obviously a bit of a boo-boo, but yeah, when you play very good looking chess, you even get away with a few inaccuracies. Check, and knight e5. Complete carnage. This is definitely reminiscent of the Deep Blue Kasparov game, where Deep Blue chucked in a piece and Kasparov didn't survive 22 moves. Like, I think it was over on, maybe it was less than 20 actually. But anyway, as you can see, this is just not tenable. Here, bishop e4 would have been very clean, hitting queen, hitting the fork, and not allowing c5 with a mate threat. This would have been actually a bit of a pesky one to face, because here I think after bishop e4, queen e4, rook e4, king takes f7, black has 3 minors for the queen, and although the position looks wonky, this is, yeah, not fun. Anyway, opponent missed the opportunity too when bishop f6, and now the carnage is in full motion. Love again the aggression going after the opponent with Matutsky, and yeah, we didn't quite finish it with the mate because we wanted a nicer checkmate, so we went check, and then queen g6, ensuring a checkmate down here. But shout out to Hotshots Jelly once again for building this out of the first 12 moves. So yeah, the final concluding idea that I would like to add, once again, as usual, repeating myself, that I think it's a very good idea to highlight and often emphasize the importance of playing moves that just appeal to the eye. They are easy on the eye. It looks so nice to have those knights in the center, the bishop on d3, the rook on e1 aiming at the black king. It just looks like picture perfect to go from here. Like, this is again ultimately a position you would want to see in a chess tournament hall with an empty seat where any player is invited, and you would be like, yeah, that's mine, that's where I'm sitting down, thank you very much, and please prepare the beauty prize, because this is gonna be some crazy sack fest. That's it for me for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching this video. Please don't forget to sub, to like, to thank me if you can, or super thank me if you can. And yeah, we'll be back with the next video soon.